Morning guys, welcome back to Alan's Allotment. It's Saturday the 22nd of January 2022. Hope everybody's staying safe, being practical and keeping themselves out of harm's way as usual. Right, so just a few things. Last week I said on the video I had some big propagators over in the other shed, and you'd seen I dug out the trays and put the seeds in and the little plants. But what I didn't have was the lids to go on the top, which I thought I did have. And then casting my mind back, I remembered that actually I bought the trays and there was no lids left, so I couldn't get any. But I didn't want to go and buy some more without making sure. So I checked in the sheds again, definitely didn't have any lids for them. So I ordered some online from Wilco's and got them delivered to the house through the week. So I got 3 of those lids. I've got about, I think it's 10 of those big trays, but I've got 3 of the lids. And whilst I was ordering those, I spotted some self-watering little propagators as well. Now I've just been in and having a look at them. They're a lot smaller, but they're a nice size, and they're definitely worth the money. I think they were 10 quid a piece. That was for the lid and the tray. But what's good about this design is, one, the Charles Dowding trays fit right inside perfectly. They're fairly big celled ones. So that fits in there perfectly. Then the lid goes on, and where the handles are on each end of the propagator, there's holes in the handles, and you pour your water in the holes in the handles, so you don't even need to take the lid off, and you can bottom water your plants without even taking the lid off. So for a tenner a piece, they're good. So I got a couple of those as well. Now today is going to be a busy day. We've got Andrew's landed up, my son-in-law. He very kindly sent me a message through the week and said, would you like a hand up at the allotment this weekend? And I said, well, yeah, I would actually, because I knew I had all the pigeon lofts to clean out. But I wanted to get them done. They're not desperate, but I wanted to get them done. So I thought, if I crack on with that all day Saturday, that's a day going out of the weekend. So he's come up and he's gone over into the growing area for me, and he's going to finish dismantling that framing where the other polytunnel blew down, and resetting the beds again, tidying the edges up, make a slight modification to the beds that I've asked him to do. And then there's the other compost bay that's never ever got lined with plastic. He's going to do that for me as well, and put the hinges on the front pallet and make it like the other one. And then if he's got time, we'll take the top non-decomposed material into the new bay, so I can get at the good stuff that should be ready to use underneath. But even if not, then we can do that tomorrow. But if you just get that other compost bay finished and get the beds all squared back up again and put back where they should be, then that in itself is a cracking job. Whilst I get on with cleaning out all the pigeons. So another update, we've got a lot of birds are gone now. Excuse me, I know I did say I was going to reduce the price of the birds on the website, and I never ever got round to it, unfortunately, so I apologise for that. But I think what I'm going to probably do is, whatever there is left, I think there might be 10 or 11 cocks left, I think, and 2 or 3 hens, I'm not sure. But I'm just going to put the lot on for 150 quid, and anybody who wants them to take a lot for 150 quid. Just to get the sheds emptied out and get down to the number that I want. Because obviously I'll have youngsters that I'm breeding this year, and I'm not breeding a lot. I've only ordered 26 rings, I think. And most of those will also be for sale, which will be or should be predominantly frill stencil, or F2, F3 frill stencil carriers. So yeah, that's my intentions, guys. So basically, I'm going to just stop babbling on. I'm going to have this cup of coffee that I'm sitting drinking at the moment, as usual. Andrew's already over in the garden making a start now. I'm going to have this, and I'm going to get cracking on with these sheds getting cleaned out. Tomorrow my intentions is to start. We've got these 8 cocks in here now. I had to remove that fantail that had paired up with the pencil cock, and I put it in the other shed, and I've put the other fantail cock in there now. And I think they've all got a box now. So for tomorrow my intentions are start looking through the hens that I've got left over. There's only 20 in that shed, and picking out what I'm going to be using for the breeding season, and start locking them into the nest boxes to get these cocks keen. They're not getting paired up yet, It's just I'm going to do that every weekend until I pair up, which will be about the end of February. So for the next 2 or 3 weekends, what we'll do every weekend, we'll bring the hens over them to get these birds really settled and keen. And then by the time we come to pair up, I can literally just throw the hens in with them and open the boxes and away they should go. That's the theory this year. And as I said, there'll only be, I think it'll be a total of 8 pair, and that's it. And 2 pairs of those I won't be taking anything off. I won't be taking anything off the pencil cock. And I won't be taking anything, although I may take something off the fantails. I don't know, maybe we will. But if I take anything off the fantails or the pencil cock, we'll use old last year's rings or something like that, rather than this year's rings. But we'll wait and see how it goes out. Just so they can have a nest. I don't think in fact I've never bred off that pencil cock. He's been paired up before and he's sat a clutch of eggs, but we didn't let them hatch. So I don't think I've ever actually took a youngster off that pencil cock. So we'll put him with the little race checker and that race for me as well. We'll probably pair him up with that one. Right, enough babbling. I'm going to get cracking and get some work done. I'll catch you later. Hmm? All the water's green. Yeah. Don't put sticks in, son. No, don't poke a hole in it. That's a good lad. So here we have our Leo, who's come to see Granda. Poking sticks in Granda's plastic. Having fun. And then we've got Andrew over here, as you can see. And we've also got our Curtis that came as well, with his brother Leo. So they've come over for a visit to see Granda. We haven't seen each other for a while. And our Curtis has just given Daddy a hand. He was making a cracking job. I'll show you what Andrew's done in a minute. He's just tidying this bed off where we had the turnips that didn't amount to anything. The slugs got them and they just didn't amount to anything, guys. So they'll make good compost. Curtis is just helping him by pulling out all the weeds, as you can see. And then you can see here Andrew has redone the beds and got them back into place. He's gone down the paths, put the compost back into the beds. We just need to get some wood chips down here, maybe next weekend or something like that when I get some. And Curtis has been laying out all the plastic on the beds for me. So Andrew's now done the other compost bay, and all the plastic bags that was in the bottom of there, we've made use of them again, and Curtis has come and put all these over here. And he's put them on these beds just to keep the weeds at bay until we're ready to put the potatoes in. And then we've got our Michelle doing another cracking job, doing the strawberry patch again. That's the one she done earlier in the year. And this one has actually sunk by about a foot, guys. I've mentioned this on the on a few other videos. And I've never ever got round to doing it, and even Michelle doing what she's doing now. She's cutting them all back, leaving the few leaves on, because we don't want to be leaving it much later than this to trim them back. And then that means I can just dig them out and pot them, get this bed weeded and filled again, and then we can get them back into here again, straight out of the pots. But these things have flowered and produced strawberries all winter. They're amazing. And you can see the state of the bed. Give them some new compost this year and they'll really go for it. We might even get round to getting the cage round these to protect them this year, and we'll get some instead of all the birds and the rats. So this is the cracking job here, getting this done, while I've been getting on with cleaning out the pigeon lofts. Andrew's now finished this off for me as well. We've got the hinges on the door, as you can see, so we can just open that now. We've got the posting down in the bottom. We've got our little turn catch to keep them both closed. He's threw all the stuff that hasn't decomposed into the excuse me, into this bay now. And as you can see, we've probably got somewhere, except for the few little bits on the top, we've probably got somewhere, I don't know, about a good quarter of a bay of compost. And this is 3 foot by 4 foot square, this guy. So I think we've got probably 20 bags of compost in there, maybe a little touch more depending. There is a lot of this was the hen manure as well, chicken manure out of the shed, but that's pretty much on the top. Underneath will be really well broken down. Might have to take another scraping off the top of here, not much, but to be honest with you, it can be used as a mulch now, guys, as it is. We'll obviously have to just pick the odd bit of greenery out of there. But yeah, you see all the garlic is all coming along tickety-boo. These 2 beds here, the garlic is doing really well this year. Really well. I'm impressed. And putting this little net over here, it's paid dividends. It stopped the birds pulling them out. We did lose 1 or 2 up the top end, I think, but that was all. We've predominantly saved the rest of the bed. This one here got completely untouched and every single one germinated, and they're doing really well. These are the one. This is saved seed from last year's garlic. This is the hardneck garlic, and we thought we'd lost most of this, but in truth we've only lost 2 or 3, and the rest have made a comeback in spite of having the tops taken off them periodically. So we've got plenty of helpers today, guys. This is a fantastic job over here now. As you know, we're getting close to the growing season, so it won't be long now before we actually do start planting. I did say in an earlier video I've got my seed potatoes, and we'll get them out and get them in the light inside the shed so they can start chitting, ready to go in possibly the end of next month or early March. I'm thinking these 2 beds here I'm going to use for sweet corn this year. I'm going to fill both of these 2 beds up with sweet corn. I've definitely grown more of that this year. Really enjoyed it. This is our roof for here. We'll make another one for the other side as well. Or we'll just make one big lift up one. But for now, it's just sat there. It can go back on top of there now. And as you can see, they're just covering this other bed over for me now with only clear plastic, but it'll do to help keep weeds a bit. Well, it'll actually maybe, it might act as a greenhouse and make them grow. We'll wait and see how it goes. But yeah, and here's our Leo helping with his sticks. Say hello. Say, oh yeah. Right, I'll go and get up with these pigeon lofts sorted out, guys. I'll catch you later. Right guys, so we've got these 2, this tin shed cleaned out now, and I've condensed the birds into 2 lofts now. So what we've got here is we've got 19 hens, and there's still some of these to go, by the way. I've decided on keeping a pair of these frill stencil, so we kept the brown cock back, but I also have another blue check cock like this. This is a hen. So I've kept those 2 back plus that one. In here we've got a few frill stencils. There's 19 birds in total in here, 24 perches, plenty of space. Just had a good old clean out, got this completely bottomed out and moved them out of the dirty loft, which we'll get cleaned tomorrow. So we've got this cleaned out, and all I have left in here is 19 birds. Of these we're going to select 9 to 12 hens, and the rest will be for sale. So there are quite a few that we know is definitely going right now. We've got an indigo pied here, we've got a frill stencil F1 Lebanon there that can go. We've got a little black frill stencil carrier there that can go. Another frill stencil carrier on there that can go. One directly above that can go. And there's another one here. It's actually got a bit of bronzing in the wings, this one. These in here are all hens, and there's 19 left only. That's it. Likewise, we've got the other side cleaned out, and we've got those few cocks that we have left that's for sale, brought and put into here. And there's only 7 birds left in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got 7 birds here left for sale. So there's a frill stencil. It's actually showing white spotting in the wing and in the tail. A little bit of white spotting in the wing and tail. That's frill stencil F2. F2 Andalusian frill stencil. F2 black carrying frill stencil. Another Andalusian F1 frill stencil. An indigo white cock. A lace carrying frill stencil, and a fantail cock. So there's only 7 cocks left to go. And we've kept a total of 9 cocks now. So this is all that's left out of the cocks to go. So there's 7 cocks left to go, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7 cocks. And there's probably going to be, I don't know, maybe another 4 or 5 hens to go. Maybe 6. And then that's me right down on numbers, guys. And what we'll do is we'll use those hens in with the cocks over there. This loft now, this full 24-foot loft is now completely empty. I've got one section cleaned out and I made a start on this one. And then I've got those 2 to clean out as well. But there's no rush because there's no birds in there anymore. That's to clean out. There's no rush, no birds in there. But as I say, we have already made a start on this. We've got one full section done and part of that one done. Sorry about the quick spin, guys. As well as these 2 are both done, being cleaned out. And then of course we've got that one to clean out as well now. So that's it. So what we've done now is, although we've got 2 sections in this loft, it's just one loft and one loft. So we've condensed everything down to 2 lofts now, guys. That's fully empty. That's fully empty. And all those 4 sections are now fully empty. So the numbers have came down really well. What I might do, as I said, I might just sort out what is definitely going out of the hens with those 7 cocks and put them on the website as a job lot. Or if somebody rings me with an offer, they can take them. Whichever. Just save me, I'll advertise them on the website, I suppose, guys. But you will find my number on the website, and if you just give me a tinkle and you're interested in what I've got left, those 7 cocks, and there'll be 5 to 6 hens, I don't know for certain yet. Let me know if you want to take the lot. You can have them for 100 quid. First come, first served. Let me know. Don't mess me around. The £100 is for the birds. You will still need to pay £52.50 for a courier to get them to you as well. So, and that's only up to 12 birds. And that's probably about what there will be to go, guys. Right. I meant to show you, these are the lids I was talking about that I wanted to get for these propagators, and as you can see they're doing a cracking job already putting on top of this. So I had loads of these trays I'd bought, but there was no lids at the time when I bought them. I thought, well, I'll get the lids at a later date, but of course they didn't have any in. And when I thought I'd actually bought some, but when I looked there wasn't any, so I ordered some from Wilco's. So we've got plenty of compost here now as well. Got my seed potatoes and a load more seeds in there. These are picking up a little bit now. These are the pak choy and the cabbage, and the onions are just starting to show, but there's still no sign of the all year round cauliflower. I have a feeling that was poor seed. This is the Charles Dowding tray that I was telling you about, the other style. They're not massive, but they're 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 cell things, but they're really hard and solid. And these are the self-waters I was telling you about that I got from Wilco's for 10 quid. And these just happen to fit right in there, lovely jubbly. And these are the lids for the self-waterers with the vent on top. But as you can see here, without taking the lid off, they've got two little grooves cut in here, and you just pour your water down there for watering them. I thought they were quite a handy little gadget. Not a bad size. You're obviously not going to be able to keep anything in there any length of time because of the height. That's just because of the Charles Dowding tray, how high it is. But the smaller trays that's in here would go in there even better, and then you'd get quite a bit of height to grow as well. But you're only going to be able to keep something in there for a short period of time, growing them in these big cells. But it just so happens that they're a nice fit. That's the point I was making. So yeah, we got a couple of those, and a couple of bases, 20 quid, and I think these lids were 6 quid a piece, or 8 quid a piece or something like that, and I got 3 of them as well. So we've got another couple here. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. I will give you a quick roundup in the shed, and then I'm going home for some food. Right guys, I've got the light on the other camera, just to give you a final roundup. Right, it's been a really productive day today. Absolutely delighted. All the work that Andrew has got done. Michelle come and done the strawberry bed as a bonus. The kids picked up all the rubbish and one thing or another. Great, fantastic day. And I got a couple of lofts cleaned out, the birds sorted out, and we're getting there now, guys. So really productive day. I've got the kettle on, as you can hear in the background. I'm going to have this cup of coffee and then I'm going home. And I'm going to chill out for the day. Tomorrow come up, probably just going to clean them empty lofts, to be honest with you. So I don't know whether there'll be any video footage tomorrow or not. I just want to say a massive thanks, as always, for following along. Hope you enjoyed today's content. Please stay safe, be practical, and keep yourselves out of harm's way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.